everyone. Welcome to The Old Man and the Read. My name is Jerry. I'm in the process of recording videos right now of all of the literary award-winning books that I've read. And so today I'm going to begin talking about the National Book Award. This is an award that began in 1950 and is awarded to U.S. citizens, and it's a single book each year that's awarded. This award, I've read all of the winners of the National Book Award, and a pretty good share of the finalists, but not all of them. But anyway, in this video, I'll be showing all of the books that I've read, and I should note that there's a lot of books. The Pulitzer Prize, which I just did here previously, began in 1901. But the National Book Award began in 1950. But I have a lot more books to show in this, simply because the National Book Award in the early years listed like 10 to 15 finalists each year, and so that really increased the number of books. So anyway, I'll be just showing the books in this video. My plans are to do reviews, individual reviews later, and I'll discuss the contents of the books then. So I won't really say much about the books in this video. So in 1950, actually the first 2 years of the award, there were no finalists listed. So the first 2 years, 1950, the winner was Nelson Algren for The Man with the Golden Arm. Then in 1951, the winner was William Faulkner for Collected Stories of William Faulkner. And then beginning in 1952, they started listing the finalists, so I will include those in my presentation. The winner for 1952 was James Jones for From Here to Eternity, quite a well-known book. And then of the finalists, I've read Truman Capote, The Grass Harp, William Faulkner, Requiem for a Nun, Thomas Mann, The Holy Sinner, J.D. Salinger, The Catcher in the Rye, William Styron, Lie Down in Darkness, and finally, the last for that year, Herman Wouk, The Caine Mutiny. So as you can see, there's a lot of finalists in some of these each year. In 1953, the winner was Ralph Ellison for Invisible Man. And I read a few of the finalists. H.L. Davis, Winds of Morning. He's actually a writer, one of my favorite writers, and he's just not that well known. Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea, and this actually, my book channel, the title, The Old Man and the Read, is taken basically from The Old Man and the Sea. And the last of the finalists I have is John Steinbeck, East of Eden. Then in 1954, the winner was Saul Bellow for The Adventures of Augie March. And again, this year they didn't list any finalists, so that's all I have to show for that year. Then in 1955, the winner was William Faulkner for A Fable. And finalists, I've read a couple of the finalists. Frederick Manfred, Lord Grizzly. Actually, a book I'd never heard of before, but it's really quite good. It's about a man who gets mauled by a grizzly bear and is left to die by his companions, and he ends up crawling home, hundreds of miles. But quite a book. And the other finalist is John Steinbeck, Sweet Thursday. In 1956, the winner was John O'Hara for 10 North Frederick. And the finalists I've read for that year are Paul Bowles, The Spider's House. McKinley Cantor, Andersonville. And the last of the finalists, Herman Woke for Marjorie Morningstar. In 1957, the winner was Wright Morris for The Field of Vision. And I read several of the finalists for that year. Nelson Algren, A Walk on the Wild Side. James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room. Saul Bellow, Seize the Day. A.B. Guthrie, These Thousand Hills. A.B. Guthrie's another favorite writer of mine. He wrote several other books I thought were better than this, but this is the one that got recognized. John Hersey, A Single Pebble. And finally, Elizabeth Spencer, The Voice at the Back Door. Okay, in 1958, the winner was John Cheever for The Wapshot Chronicle. Runners-up for that year, James Agee, A Death in the Family. Mark Harris, Something About a Soldier. Bernard Malamud, The Assistant. And Vladimir Nabokov Pinin. I think this is my favorite Nabokov book. In 1959, the winner was Bernard Malamud for The Magic Barrel. And I read a couple of the finalists. J.P. Donlevy, The Ginger Man. And Robert Traver, Anatomy of a Murder. Okay. 1960, the winner was Philip Roth for Goodbye Columbus. And the finalist I read. This is Saul Bellow Henderson, The Rain King. I think this is my favorite Saul Bellow book. I really like this one. William Faulkner, The Mansion. Shirley Jackson, The Haunting of Hill House. John Updike, The Poorhouse Fair. And last for that year, Morris L. West, The Devil's Advocate. Okay, 1961, the winner was Conrad Richter, The Water of Kronos. Really a great writer. I like just about everything I read from him. Runners-up or finalists, John Hersey, The Child Buyer. Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. And Elizabeth Spencer, The Light in the Piazza and Other Italian Tales. In 1962, the winner was Walker Percy for The Moviegoer. And the finalists I read for that year, Isaac Bashevis Singer, The Spinoza of Market Street. Joseph Heller, Catch-22. Bernard Malamud, The New Life. J.D. Salinger, Franny and Zoe. And finally, Richard Yates, Revolutionary Road. In 1963, the winner was J.F. Powers for Mort Durbin. And the finalists I read, Vladimir Nabokov, Pale Fire. Catherine Ann Porter, Ship of Fools. And John Updike, Pigeon Feathers and Other Stories. In 1964, the winner was John Updike for The Centaur. And I consider this my favorite John Updike book. I thought that was really great. Of the finalists, Bernard Malamud, Idiots First. And Thomas Pynchon, V. In 1965, the winner was Saul Bellow for Herzog. And I read a couple of the finalists for that year. John Hawkes, Second Skin. And Vladimir Nabokov, The Defense. In 1966, the winner was Catherine Ann Porter for The Collected Stories of Catherine Ann Porter. Really an exceptional collection of short stories. And I read one of the shortlisted, Peter Mathiasen, At Play in the Fields of the Lord, another favorite writer of mine. And I should note that as we get further down in the National Book Award, there's fewer finalists listed, so I don't have quite as many. Okay, 1967, the winner was Bernard Malamud for The Fixer. And this is probably my favorite Bernard Malamud book. I read one of the finalists, Walker Percy, The Last Gentleman. In 1968, the winner was Thornton Wilder for The Eighth Day. And in my opinion, this is one of the finest books I've ever read. I mean, it was a masterpiece. Of the finalists, I read Joyce Carol Oates, The Garden of Earthly Delights. Chaim Potok, The Chosen. He's another favorite writer of mine, and he really hadn't gotten a lot of recognition. And finally, William Styron, The Confessions of Nat Turner. Okay, in 1969, the winner was Jerzy Kosinski for Steps. And I read one finalist, John Barth, Lost in the Funhouse. In 1970, the winner was Joyce Carol Oates for Them. And I read one of the finalists, Gene Stafford, The Collected Stories of Gene Stafford. Another exceptional short story collection. In 1971, winner was Saul Bellow for Mr. Samler's Planet. And I read a couple of the finalists, James Dickey, Deliverance. I know there was a popular movie made from that. And John Updike, Beck, A Book. Okay, 1972, the winner was Flannery O'Connor, The Complete Stories. Another really great writer. I read, looks like three of the finalists. Frederick Buechner for Lion Country. E.L. Doctorow, The Book of Daniel. And John Updike, Rabbit Redo. In 1973, there were two winners, but I only have read actually one of them, and that's John Barth Chimera. I did read some of the finalists. Vladimir Nabokov, The Transparent Things. Isaac Bashevis Singer, Enemies, A Love Story. And finally, Eudora Welty, The Optimist's Daughter. Okay, 1974, there were again two winners for that year, and I did read both of those. Thomas Pynchon, Gravity's Rainbow. And the other winner was Doris Betts, Beasts of the Southern Wild and Other Stories. Then I read a couple of the finalists. This is Isaac Bashevis Singer, A Crown of Feathers, and Gore Vidal, Burr. Okay, 1975, there were again two winners. The first is Robert Stone, Dog Soldiers. And the other is Donald Bartholomew, Guilty Pleasures, but I couldn't locate the book. I'm not sure where it is. I did read a few of the finalists. Joseph Heller, Something Happened. Toni Morrison, Sula. And Vladimir Nabokov, Look at the Harlequins. Okay. In 1976, the winner was William Gaddis for J.R. And I read one of the finalists, Saul Bellow, Humboldt's Gift. In 1977, the winner was Wallace Stegner for The Spectator Bird. And I read one finalist, Ursula K. Le Guin, Orsinian Tales. Then in 1978, the winner was Mary Lee Settle for Blood Tie. And I read one of the finalists, James Allen McPherson, Elbow Room. And finally, I'm just going to do up to this, and then we'll do a second video of the National Book Award, because there's just too many books to show in one. The winner in 1979 is Tim O'Brien, Going After Cacciato. Finalists I read for that year, John Cheever's The Stories of John Cheever. And last for this video, John Irving, The World According to Garp. And so that ends this particular video. As soon as I get all these books put away and gather up the others, I'll record a second video, and that'll be from 1980 to the current winner, which is 2022. So I want to thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again on another video.